Jovin, you so dumb.
So everything you're gonna need is gonna be on the screen, but this is our end result. I started first because I didn't know like how I wanted it. And then I figured like, okay, cool. When I figure out what I want, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show y'all with the second pair. You know what I'm saying? So this is my exfoliating towel. I changed the angle so you guys can see what I'll be doing on the table. And then I'm just showing you guys the painting process. You do have to be like extra careful with this. The thin paper, that clearish paper that I have on the dresser that the paint's on, to be honest, I don't even know what to call it. I think it's laminating paper, but I substituted that in the like things you're gonna need for a plate, because why did I even have that? I don't know, but I just used it just because I needed something to put the paint on. But for the most part, y'all can see I'm working hard, never hardly working. You know what I'm saying? Blood, sweat, and tears. I might be muttering a little bit as I do this because I'm listening to music. And the crazy thing about this whole thing is, like, in the content creation world, time is just a figment of the imagination. Because this took me hours to do, and I have somehow, some way, cut this hours-long process in 2 minutes. That is diabolical. But anyway, so I zoom in so I can show you guys, like, you really have to take your time with it, really be careful. For the most part, I put 4 layers of every other color. But when I got to the dark brown, I did put 5 layers simply because the dark brown, I should have shook it before I bought it, because why in the world I'm going to show you later on in the video, but the dark brown is so loose and liquidy, like it's literally just watery. And I should have took it back and got a refund, but I don't know, I was too lazy to do all of that, and I was already ready to be done with the whole process in itself. So I just chin up, chest out, dealt with it. I ended up doing 5 layers of the dark brown, but I'll show you guys when I actually like do that. If you were never raised to color in between the lines, this arts and craft project is not for you. Okay, this is for the girlies that know how to color in between the lines. Now, I'm able to just like use one color and fill in all the blanks because I know what my end result is. However, when I was creating the first pair, it took me 3 days to decide where I wanted what color. Why it took me that long, I don't know. I was very indecisive and I didn't want to mess it up. So yeah. If you know me, you know I usually use the Mod Podge spray. However, I didn't have the spray. I ran out of it, so I just ran to the dollar store and got their the little like paste. So every single time like I make a mistake, I just go ahead and I take the exfoliating mitten and I just wipe it. I try not to make too many mistakes though. However, yeah. So when you get to the tip of the boot, you have to just like paint inside the boot kind of, but not like inside. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm showing you. Paint around it so like when it gets to your ankle, well not really ankle, but like where your calves are, when it gets to like the calf area, then you won't see the silver seeping through. But for the most part, y'all, this process took longer than I expected. I had so much planned for that day, and I'm just chilling, vibing. These little arts and craft projects have become my safe haven, and I didn't expect them to. I can't tell you how laid back, chill, and just relaxed I be when I do these projects. Like I just listen to music and just zone out. Time is literally a figment of my imagination because hours can go by and I just don't be caring. what inspired this idea? I don't really know. I was laying in bed. The boots were looking at me. I was looking at the boots because they weren't in the box. I had just worn them too. And I was like, what if I color in between the lines? Because it's already like divided. You see what I'm saying? Like the boots already have divisions. What if I color in between the lines? And I was like, oh my goodness, that'd be great. And then I was wondering what color. And then boom, it popped in my head. 50 Shades of Brown. Obviously not 50 shades because that's doing too much. So I took 4 shades of brown. And I just went with it. I don't know why brown. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to do brown. But yeah, with this whole process, patience is key because I can't tell you how irritating it is to like paint in between the lines. And I got paint on my pants. I'm starting to think that those might be my arts and craft pants now because I was editing this video and then I realized I wore that same pants for another video that I did. But this was like months apart. So it's like, what in the world? Anyways, I tossed these pants away though. The ones that you guys saw, those little like ones, the pink ones with the shorts, I tossed them away because after this arts and craft project, I got paint on them. So they couldn't make the cut anymore. But that's what I get. I'm doing better now because I'm not like arts and crafting on my bed. The last arts and craft project that I haven't uploaded that video for was my last arts and crafts on my bed. I feel like it only takes long simply because I have to add like layers. And you only have to add layers simply because like if you don't add, well, I guess you can rock it with like 2 layers. But if you don't add layers like this, the first layer, you can still see the silver when you add the first layer. So I had to do another layer. And the color wasn't popping. So that's how I ended up with like 4 layers. So I'm showing you guys what I'm doing next. All in itself, I just take the same brush and dip it in the water. Rub it in the exfoliating towel. I got that from the dollar store too. However, I hate that brush. I got the brush from Walmart. It came in like a variety pack set. And I don't like that brush simply because like the bristles kept falling. Like they weren't like in chunks falling apart, but like little strands would be like loosening here and there. And that only irritated me simply because it's hard to color in the line when there's like one strand that wants to sit and get on the, you know what I'm saying? Like it's doing its own thing. And I didn't appreciate that. I didn't appreciate that at all. So like I would have to wash the brush again and then pull out that hair, one hair bristle. And that just in itself was very inconvenient. That's why I don't like the brush, but I don't have problems with the brush. See, this is what I'm telling you guys. Look how liquidy it is. When you buy this paint, just shake it and make sure like it's not like liquidy. I had 2 of them because I didn't know how many I would need. See, I'm showing you guys the other one. You see how thick it's dropping? Exactly. I bought 2 of each color simply because I didn't know how many I would need. I thought like since the bottles were small, it would be 1 bottle for each boot. There's a lot in the bottle. You only need 1 for each color. So 4 colors in all. I have 8 colors. Do not be like me, okay? And that's the brown I'm talking about right there. You see how liquidy it is? Like I had to put 5 layers on it. That's preposterous. I honestly don't know why I left the silver streak. I just thought it was cute and I went with it. So yeah, there was nothing like, I really didn't have a set guideline or like inspiration of what I was doing. I was just doing it and hoping it was going to turn out nice, which it did. But the only down part about it is I'm going to show you guys the picture. I took these boots to the museum and for some reason they started cracking. They were already cracking. And I think it's because I put so many layers of paint. Usually when I use this paint, I don't put as many layers. So I don't know if it's because I layered it up or it's because I didn't use the Mod Podge spray. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so you're going to like layer the Mod Podge. That's Mod Podge. I'm going to just call it pod. You get what I'm saying? and you're gonna just like rub it on, but you want to like make sure you're getting in all the creases. So I use the bigger brush just to like rub it in to make the process easy. I honestly, when I was doing this part, I was terrified because I thought for some reason the paint would erase, and I damn near had a heart attack trying to do this. But once I seen it, it didn't like mess up the first boot. That's why I'm confidently rubbing it on. But promise y'all, the first boot, I was terrified of rubbing the Mod Podge on. And then you're going to let it sit for like 10, 20 minutes. And then they're going to dry clear. Right now, it looks like I took Elmer's glue and just slapped it all on the boot. But it's going to dry clear, I promise you.